Kevin Allen, so glad to be a part of Cornerstone Middle School. Today, once again, history was made. Our first Career Insight event. The reason why we called it Career Insight versus Career Day, because a day is only 24 hours, but an insight is forever. And that's what we want the children to have, and that's why we want to drop those seeds of greatness in the children. You can tell by the response of the presenters and also from our staff and students that it was well received, because it was a diverse group of individuals that came in with one common goal, which was to share with our students and impart their knowledge into our children so they can be the leaders of today and not of tomorrow. That's why we call it Empower Me Now. No opportunity wasted. Mr. Bowman?
Absolutely. And for me, I'm just thankful to have great people on staff to work and put this together. Mr. Allen came to me with the idea maybe about a month and a half ago. He went to then Mr. Murray and Ms. Phelps and Mrs. Doria, who helped kind of, formalize the idea and bring it to fruition. We had staff members who reached out to, significant others and friends and family, and they got people on board. So we had law enforcement represented today, from a detective to a prosecutor. We had the community superintendent for District 11 representing today. We had 2 members from Teach for America here today. We had a pilot, a graphic designer. We had so many individuals, entrepreneurs. We had Mrs. Allen, Mr. Allen's wife, representing the field of entrepreneurship. So, we're just thankful and blessed and fortunate to have this opportunity to work together and to collaborate on this event. So it was awesome.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Well, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, you said there was 2 things. So that was the one. What was the second thing? The second thing was
that you visited.
Our visit to
the visit,
Connecticut.
Yeah, so I guess I could start on this one.
And I'll finish it up.
I don't know. In September, we were trying to figure out what does 21st century learning look like, and what does a 21st century school look like. And we knew we wanted to be that, and we knew we changed our mission to that. So with that, but we didn't know how we were going to get there. So, we just started reaching out to schools that we've heard have been doing a lot of quality work. And one of the schools we reached out to, and actually I didn't reach out to them, I spoke to Mrs. Doria about implementing a Montessori method of education next year. And Montessori education is just about students freely exploring the learning environment, finding something that they're interested in, passionate in, and diving deep into that on their own. It's very independent. Independent in terms of it's not teacher driven, it's student driven, individually, and students work collaboratively. So I spoke to Mrs. Doria about that, and she did some research, and she found a school that allowed us to go and visit. So yesterday we paid a visit to the Whitby Independent School. Shout out to Whitby. They're located in Greenwich, Connecticut, which is one of the wealthiest communities in the country. Whitby is a pre-K to 8 school, sitting on 50 acres of land, a diverse population, but mostly, European American. But it was just phenomenal. They welcomed us with open arms. We learned a lot, but when you contrast a school right around the corner from the projects and a school in Greenwich, Connecticut, there were no real major differences. Kids are kids, and schools are schools, and teachers have to do the same work that they do in Greenwich that they do here. They still need to collaborate. They still need to be supportive of one another. They still need to find resources from wherever they need to find resources to support their students, and they still need to meet students where they are, identify their strengths and weaknesses, and help them to build upon those. So it was phenomenal to see that, a phenomenal experience, and they're actually looking to come visit us now. So it's great that we're now going to have a collaborative relationship with a private school, and that's what education, growth, and community change is all about.
Bomb.
Bomb? Bomb.
Wow, that's dope.
So what else, man?
That's it, man. We got to greet our people.
We still got a few minutes. I think, Joel rarely gets us like this. So
That- really,
Yeah,
man.
that's
It's-
true.
we need-
You know what?
But I've got gold right there. You
Yeah.
dropped some jewels right there. So
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
We
I've got a
good.
lot to work with.
We good.
yeah, can we? I mean, I don't know, man. We got something else to say, right? No.
You know what we got to say?
What's that?
We have to say that this was brought by the letter E, which is expectation.
Yes.
In Greenwich, Connecticut, the reason why those students do what they do
Yes.
is because of the letter E, expectation.
Yes.
We were successful today because we never looked at it as becoming a failure.
No.
We looked at the expectation, we spoke it into existence, it existed, and we saw nothing but success in this, which we teach the children. If you look, whatever you see, whatever you speak, whatever you say it's going to be, it will become. And that's why this is brought to you by the letter E.
Expectation.
And also the letter E, this is the N. Bum.
Yes.
So you basically doing top dollar education at
Yeah.
the affordable price.
At free. I mean, we're,
Yeah, exactly.
You know, what? And that's another thing we recognized yesterday. Their teaching methodology and their pedagogy and their instruction was did not seem to surpass what we do here every day. I mean, they have less kids in the classroom. Their average was about 14, max was 22, and they had 2 teachers in every class. Our teachers, they have on average 25 kids or more. Max is about 30, 31. It's 1 teacher in the class, and I mean, you've been in our classrooms. I mean, they do a phenomenal job. They incorporate visuals, audio, video, graphic organizers. They use a variety of resources. They use themselves as a resource. They put students in a position to collaborate. It's just our teachers provide excellent, another E, education, another E. But it begins with the high expectations. It doesn't matter if you're a kid from a single parent household with a crackhead mom and you've been abused and your community is violent and you got drugs and alcohol, and that doesn't matter. That kid from that environment could become a rocket scientist or president of the United States or CEO of a Fortune 500 company. If the adults in that kid's life have high expectations for him or her, it begins the expectation. We expect our kids to do great in their lives. We expect them to have great college experiences and great career. We expect that. So everything we do is preparation towards that. So yeah, man, that's what it is.
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
dope. Yeah. Yeah, you're superstars. Yeah, you're heroes in my book. You know?
We try, man. But another thing too, I don't want to keep talking too much, but Joel, it's about learning. You cannot be a good teacher, you cannot be a good educator without always being a learner. Because the more we learn, the better we can give to our students. You know, and I've been doing this 14 years. Mr. Allen, what is it, 57 years?
Yeah, 57.
57 years. We've been doing it a long time, but as Mr. Allen likes to say, we're always in beta. We're always in a place where we can acquire and absorb more information so that we can better ourselves and better the people that we work with. So teaching and learning is about teaching and learning. And wasting time on anger and frustration and holding grudges and she thinks she cute and what's wrong with him and all that, you got about 2 seconds to feel that way, but right after that you got to get back to teaching and learning, because that's what our kids need, and that's what all kids need. Our country is dependent upon it.
Right. That's what we said this morning. Other 2 E words, we can teach children to be the example, or we can help them to become the excuse. We tend to look at them as being the example. Use your situation as the focal point to be the example of change, and not dwell in becoming an excuse, because you just grow up and become a professional with creating and living behind the excuse.
That's right.
We want you to be in excellence. Use whatever happened to you, however you were exploited, turn it around and become the example for excellence.
That's a lot of easier.
Well, that
Example,
pain,
excellence.
well, whatever you've gone through in life, it creates a certain energy within you. Anger is energy. Frustration is energy. Depression is energy. If we could teach our students to harness that energy and that power and channel it in the direction of positivity and production and growth, then we could turn our communities upside down. We could remake them. We could create whatever we want within our communities. And the exciting thing is, there are people all over the world doing this work. So our job now is to continue to get better ourselves, but then collaborate with others who have this high expectation for all kids, because the work is being done by Hip Hop Saves Lives, by the Negus movement, by C.A.S.A Middle School, by Whitby Independent School. The good work is being done. But now we got to collaborate and build alliances for our kids. Once we do that, evil will not triumph over us. We will conquer evil and destroy evil in all its forms.
I like that. I like that. Elite is not a nasty word. Elite, to be above the grade, to be above average, to be in excellence, to be the elite, to be the few and far between in reference to your subject matter and what you're doing. Elite used to be known as a word. You think you're elite. Yes, we are training our children to be elite because it is the elite that are going to lead.
And elite doesn't mean arrogant.
No.
And it doesn't mean greedy.
No.
And it doesn't mean I'm going to oppress the others who are not where I am as of yet. It's about uplifting them. So we try our best to become elite so that we can uplift those who need uplifting. We lift as we climb. This is not crabs in a barrel. This is someone at the top of the barrel pulling out all the crabs and supporting them so that you can help others. And these are timeless messages passed down from Dr. King and Harriet Tubman and the abolitionist movement and Abraham Lincoln and any great U.S. These are timeless principles and timeless lessons that we're just trying to follow and implement in our lives.
Great. That's Jules.